Hello, my name is Laura Vanderberg, and I'm the Assistant Dean of Assessment and Planning in the College of Education and Human Development.
Hi, my name is Gary Chan. I'm the Web and Database Manager for the college.
And today we're going to walk you through setting up your TaskStream account, accessing a portfolio for assessment in your class, and accessing some of the basic features of TaskStream. So first, to set up your account, you'll go to www.taskstream.com, which is here. I've typed it into my window. And most of you, or some of you, may already have an account. If you know your username, you can type it in here under username. If you know your password, you can type it in here. If you've forgotten your login, you can click here. You can enter your first name and last name, your email address, or your username. If this seems too much, you can always just go ahead and click Contact Us. You can email TaskStream, or you can call them. They have great customer support, and they'll pick up the phone and ask your information and then send you your login information. So let's pretend now that you've gone through that process and you are able to access your TaskStream account. And we're going to move on to another type of user, which is the user who doesn't have an account yet. So for this user, we're going to model setting up an account. So we're going to go here where it says Create or Renew Account. And you're going to create a new TaskStream subscription. Click the top one there. And then you're going to enter in your TaskStream key code in these two boxes. Now I have a key code that I'm going to enter in here for demonstration purposes. And then once you've entered in that key code, click Continue. It will start today from the University of Massachusetts, Boston, and then you need to select your college, and you'll select the College of Education and Human Development. Then you'll select your department. So if you are doing any teacher education program, then you're going to select Curriculum and Instruction. If you're doing any counseling or guidance program, you're going to select Counseling and School Psychology. If you're doing any leadership or higher education program, you'll select Leadership in Education. I'm going to model Curriculum and Instruction today. And then select your group, and you will all be students. So select Student. And then click Continue. And here you'll set up your account with your personal information. So put in your first name and your last name. Then I recommend that you put in your University of Massachusetts Boston email address. That way it will always be associated with your UMB account, and we can help you if you need support, and TaskStream can find you easily within our organization. So you can put in a phone number. And then choose your username. We recommend that you choose your first dot last name so that it matches your UMB logins. This will make it easier for you to always keep your UMB information the same. So mine would be Laura.Vanderberg, and then choose a password. Confirm that password and choose a hint. Once you've read the agreement terms, and if you choose to accept them, you can click I accept the end user agreement and then click Continue. Then you'll see a screen that says confirm your registration information. If it looks good to you, click Continue. And then your registration is complete. You can click Go to Home Page and log in now. So use your new username and password to log in, and then we'll all be caught up. We'll all be into our accounts. So for today's training, for new users, if you have just created an account, we're going to help you select the portfolio that you'll be using for your class. For users who already had accounts, you have already been enrolled in this portfolio. So when you come to this home page, you're going to see on your home page your portfolio for this class. But for new users, we're going to show you how to select your portfolio using a self-enrollment code.
So I'm going to go ahead and click on the left panel here. It says enter code. This is a self-enrollment code. Either your instructor gives you or assign to you the specific folio. So we're going to go ahead and click on this.
S9AFE6. And this enrollment code is just for the purposes of today's training. If you're enrolling in a portfolio for a different class, you will have an enrollment code given to you by your instructor.
Just make sure it's the correct folio. The description of the folio is correct, and then we go click on enroll. And you can go ahead and click on start working on your new program. It takes you right into the folio itself.
So today we're going to show you a few things about this particular portfolio, and then we'll show you some general information about TaskStream. So in this portfolio, you'll see that there's some general information. Your instructor has provided some description of the portfolio that you're going to be doing. You'll see that there are sections that you'll be completing along the left-hand side. So you have a section called Optional Feedback on Rubrics, a teaching statement, and then sections that go through the PPA, or the Pre-Service Performance Assessment, for the Massachusetts Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. And these are organized around the PPA standards. So you have Standard A, plans curriculum and instruction. Standard B, delivers effective instruction. Standard C, manages classroom climate, and Standard D, promotes equity, and Standard E, promotes professional responsibilities. Your instructor will give you details on how to complete each of these sections as far as content is concerned. Today we're going to show you how to complete these sections as far as function is concerned and how to use TaskStream. So first we're going to show you how to do a basic file upload.
We're going to go ahead and click on one of the sections right here that requires a submission. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead, and if you see on the bottom tab here, you can add a number of content you can add. You can do a form, text, image, slideshow, attach standard, attachment, video, or a link from outside of TaskStream. So we're going to go ahead and just do an attachment right now as a test. And we can go ahead and choose a file from your computer.
You can do that top one, it doesn't matter.
And we're going to go ahead and choose the file. And you can rename the file if you want and add a description if you want. That's optional. If not, we can just click on Add File. And once the file is uploaded, it's listed here, and we can click on Save and Return. And that file is listed here as an attachment for your instructor.
In this portfolio, your instructor would like you to be able to upload basic file formats like documents and PDFs. You might also choose to upload a presentation or scanned images of your work or your students' work. In addition, your instructor would like you to upload and link to videos, and Gary will model this.
This is really similar to the attachment uploading. So instead of clicking on an attachment, we're going to go ahead and click on video. And it's the same way. I'm going to go ahead and choose the video file. And this is the video that we have here.
This is a previous training that Gary and I did for TaskStream.
So I'm going to choose optional videos there. We're going to click on add file. Ready?
Yep.
Once the upload is done, we're going to click on save and return. And the video section right here will show the file here. And we can also do a link. If you have a link to a YouTube video, any kind of link to a video, or any link to anything, any documents that you want, you can just type it in. Website. And if you also, you can put in a description if you want. Click on save and continue. And the link will show up here. And there's other documents that you can upload. You can do a text and image. You can actually type in a document right on the spot here. Slideshow, you can add one of those. Standard attachment if you want. Form, we can go into that in a bit.
So for forms, in this particular portfolio, there is a form that your instructor has embedded, and this form is optional. So if you see this section called Optional Feedback on Rubrics, and then you click the particular section within there, you can see that you're given instructions to please complete this form as part of this requirement. Please know it's optional. Your instructor would like to gather information from you using this form. So you can go check out the form. And the instructions are on the top. This one's open-ended, and it's just asking you to make comments on the rubrics in this portfolio. So if you wonder, what does that mean? Then click out, you can click cancel, and under the sections where you'll be evaluated, so let's go into the teaching statement, and under the sections where you'll be evaluated, there's always a link that says evaluation method. You can click that link and it will show you the rubric that's used to evaluate your submission for that particular section. So if you click view rubric, it will pull up the rubric that your instructor will be using. So in this particular rubric, there are 4 values from 0 to 3 in the categories of no evidence, promising, proficient, and exemplary. And then there are different criteria that you will demonstrate within those categories. So the criteria are curricular theories, experiential evidence, social and developmental context, self-growth, organization, grammar, and style. Under each of the submissions that you will be making, there will be an evaluation method with a rubric attached. So you can go in as you're completing the different sections of this portfolio and look to see, how will I be assessed? What does the rubric look like? And you'll see again across the top the categories and the levels, and then down the side the criteria. So in that form, under optional feedback on rubrics, your instructor is asking your feedback on the rubrics within this portfolio. So if you have ideas about the rubrics along any dimension, and she'll be explicit with you about what sort of feedback she is looking for, please feel free to put that in this form, and this will be a way for her to gather feedback about the rubrics that are used in this portfolio. And then you can save and return. Leave page. You can always go in and view and edit your responses to add to it if you want to fill out the form over time as you're completing the portfolio. You don't only have to fill out the form in one moment. You can revisit it as you're working on the portfolio. If something comes to mind that you'd like to provide feedback on, you can go into that form and add to your comments. In the next section, Gary's going to demonstrate how to request feedback on work that you have uploaded.
Okay. If a section that you files you already upload and you want to have the instructor take a look at your content or uploaded material, just to see if you're doing everything correctly, or if you just want to have some comment from the instructor, just go ahead and click on each of the section or any of the section, and you can see on the top right here it says request comment, and we'll go ahead and click on that, and you can choose which section that you want comment from, or you can select all of them if you want. We're going to click on continue, and we'll go ahead and click on your instructor's name or your peer's name. We'll click on continue, and the request is sent to Jenna, and once she replies back, and you get a comment back, and it will be listed right here.
And if you'd like to give feedback to her, or to give her direction, or give your instructor or give your peers direction on what you'd like them to look for, you can add that in that box as well. So if I'm interested in, please provide feedback on my evidence for planning student growth. You can submit that, and then your reviewers will see that and sort of help them to tailor what they'll do. And as Gary explained, when you request comments, you check which person you would like to receive those comments from, and that section of your portfolio will only be shared with those people. And you can choose the instructor, or you can choose your peers. All of the information that you put in this portfolio is private and only accessible by you until you choose to share it. So in this example, you chose to request feedback, and in that case, the sections that you elected and the people that you elected, they would be able to see those sections. Another way that you could share your portfolio is to submit it for a grade, and Gary's going to demonstrate that now.
Okay, so, we're going to go ahead and submit your work to your instructor. We're going to go ahead and click on submit work.
So this submit button, you only click at the very end when you are finished with your entire portfolio. Okay? If you submit it ahead of time and you didn't mean to, just get in touch with either myself or with Gary, and we can cancel the submission, but you won't be able to cancel it from your end if your instructor has looked at it. So make sure that you only submit when you're ready to receive a grade.
We'll go ahead and click on yes, submit my work. You will see that the submission has been done to this section right here.
And you'll see there that you can cancel that submission until the instructor looks at it. So once the instructor looks at it, you can't cancel it. Everything is time and date stamped. So if you ever have a question about whether or not you submitted something, it will be saved in the history of your actions in that particular section of the portfolio. Another thing that Gary's going to show right now is how to share a portfolio. So you may want to share aspects or the entirety of your portfolio with someone besides your instructor or besides your peers. For instance, if there's a section of your portfolio that you think would speak to well to certain capacities that you have as a teacher candidate for a job in a school system, you could choose to share that section or the whole portfolio with a future employer.
Okay, there's a few options for sharing your folio. So you can either create a PDF and send it to them, or email them as a PDF, and you can publish it to the web. We can go ahead and do that. These are self-explanatory, and we can go ahead and do the publishing. And we're going to click on Publish, and you can name the folio, and you can put in a password. So we can go ahead. Okay, put in a password, and we can publish. And this is the link for the folio that you just shared. So you can go ahead and email this to someone along with the password. That will be secure. And we can go ahead and show you. So we'll automatically ask for the password. So we go ahead and put in a password. And it will take the person right into your folio with all the structures on top here. And all the uploaded material.
Mm-hmm.
So all the uploaded material will be listed here, and that person can look it over, or it was.
Good. All right, the last thing that we're going to model today is a set of other functions that you should know within TaskStream. So Gary's going to show you some of TaskStream general features that you can use for your work as well.
There's a few more options that you can use the folio for. You can create your own web pages or your own folio. So you can go ahead and do this. You can go ahead and just create a folio pretty quickly. They have general purpose template there. You can go ahead and just choose one of these and show you. This is the preview of the structure. And if you like that, we can go ahead and click on continue. And you can choose a style of navigation tabs on the left, on the right, or whichever you like that. Then we go ahead and choose the color. Let's do this. And if you want to change the structure, and we can go ahead and click on edit content. And you can add in area or delete area, or you can rename the area if you want. And if we go ahead, lost track there.
That's okay.
You can go ahead, the folio is created or the web page is created, and there's going to be a list here under your folio and web pages. The same way as with this, you can also publish it and share with others, as we mentioned before. We're going to go ahead and show you another feature in here. There's a communication area here. We have messaging system, This is the email system built into TaskStream. Now we have announcement, which should be listed in your home page or dashboard. It's right here, announcement.
So be aware that your instructor may choose to communicate with you through the announcements. So if there are general comments that would be helpful to the entire class, your instructor may post that information under announcements.
And then we also have the instant messaging system right here. And you can see who was online, which is what's listed online here. Update. These are people that's online on TaskStream right now. Or you can send a message to a person that's not online. You can send a message to Jenna again. Select. And the message sent.
So another thing that TaskStream has are standards embedded within the system. So if you click on standards across the top, you can see that there are both national and state level standards. So you could go into standards and outcomes wizards and choose to view the state standards. So you could view standards for Massachusetts, on teacher preparation and licensure, or curriculum frameworks. You could also go in and look for standards for a particular professional organization if you wanted to not look at state standards but look at US standards. Those things, let's just go into one for an example. So if we went into the Common Core Standards from June 2010, you could see that you could choose your subject area, so math or English language arts, social studies, and text subjects. Let's choose math. You could choose your grade level. You could choose a particular domain and a particular cluster if you wanted to, particular standard. So what you could do is use these standards and attach them if you wanted to in your portfolio. So just know that these are here and these are accessible to you. Other things that are available are lesson builders, unit builders, and rubric wizards. So you could build lessons, units, or rubrics, and you could also attach standards within those. There are some lessons that are pre-formulated, so you could use a format that's already present in the system. You can see that you have the option along the side to put in different categories of information. You can also print your lesson, you can email your lesson, you can generate a link if you wanted to share this particular lesson. Can I embed standards? Alright, so standards. Okay, good. I'm going to go back and do this. And within the lesson, I'm going to show now how you could embed standards. So you could click down here under standards and assessment, the standards, and drill down like I showed before in the Common Core standards if you wanted to do national standards, or within Massachusetts standards if you wanted to use Massachusetts standards. Also, you can create a rubric for your particular lesson. You'd have to create the rubric and attach it here. You can do a file from your desktop, or you can create a rubric within TaskStream and attach it as well. So if you wanted to create a rubric, you could then go out, go to the rubric wizard, rubric. We could do, I want to do a 5-point scale. I just want to create new from scratch. This could be a level 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. My criteria may be, let's pretend I'm doing something for writing. I may have an introduction paragraph. And then I may choose, for the introduction paragraph, descriptions of each level, 5 being my highest level, 1 being my lowest level. This may be no introduction paragraph present. And then I may have an example of a perfect introduction paragraph. I could insert other rows with other criteria and levels within those criteria. Okay, now I have a sample rubric with just sample text. But let's pretend that under introduction paragraph I wanted to attach a standard. I could go into state standards. I could go into Massachusetts. I could go into the curriculum frameworks. Could go into the writing standards. And I could attach a standard. Let's say I want to attach under text types and purposes, write informative, explanatory text to examine and convey complex ideas, ... because I'm going to introduce a topic, organize complex ideas, concepts, etc. So that might make sense in that particular item of the rubric that I'm working on. So save and return, and then you see under this criteria that the standard has been embedded, and it shows a drill down all the way to the particular standard that you chose. Could save that. And then I could go back to my lesson builder. I could go into the one that I was building. I could go into assessments and rubrics. I could attach a rubric, sample rubric, save and close. And then you'll see now that under assessments and rubrics, the sample rubric is attached. I can always click on it to see my rubric. This is a nice way to put together your lesson plans, to keep everything connected so that you can at a moment's glance see what standards you're targeting in that particular lesson. They don't just have to be Massachusetts standards, they could be professional organization standards, they could be U.S. Common Core standards, and also put your rubric right in the lesson plan. It's a dynamic way of seeing how you're organizing your material. So that's all we're going to show you today. If you have questions, please let me know. My name is Laura Vanderberg. My email address is on the screen. You can also let Gary know. His email address is here on the screen. And if you have questions about content, you should contact your instructor. If you have questions about functions within TaskStream, you can contact Gary and me. Thank you very much.